Jared Goes to the Movies is a free podcast made possible by Rich's lack of a social life, as well as our amazing supporters. For as little as $1 a month, you can access tons of extra content each week. Visit jaredgoestothemovies.com and click Support Us. Enjoy the show.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jarrett Reddick, and this is a podcast. Jarrett Goes to the Movies. Hopefully you have seen or heard one of my many musical endeavors, and if you have, then you know how much I love movies. This is movie commentary with no movie knowledge. This podcast is me and my friend Rich talking about movies that we like, but my name's on it because I'm famous. This is Jarrett Goes to the Movies. Still. Okay, we're starting now.
This was revenge of a much more brutal and cold-blooded nature. Consider this: 4 bullets per victim. Not 6 shots fired, but 8. That means that he fired the gun empty and then stopped to reload so that he could shoot each of them again. An extra bullet per lover. Right in the head.
You strike me as a particularly icy and remorseless man, Mr. Dufresne. It chills my blood just to look at you. By the power vested in me by the state of Maine, I hereby order you to serve 2 life sentences back to back. 1 for each of your victims. So be it.
I don't even know what just happened. Here's the thing, I've been sitting here in the same spot for like 2 hours, and I thought everything was great, you know, and then like all of a sudden everything went to shit technologically. Do you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck is going on, Rich? What's happening? No, I mean, like, seriously, I don't even know what's happening. So we're not
streaming live today.
We're not streaming live today.
We are recording the video so I can post it later.
We can record the video, so nobody pick your nose.
I thought you were talking about the movie. You didn't know what was going on in the movie.
No, I know what happens in the movie.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying, like, let's be real here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Got a new computer, though. That's fun.
All right.
Yeah. That's one of those computers, though, like, you can't look at porn on that thing. You look at porn on that thing, and you get a virus in there, it just goes straight in or whatever, and then war games, you know, like, that's the end of that whole
Does porn
thing.
still even cause, like, viruses? Are
You
we
know?
past that?
You know,
I
what?
think we're past it.
It's not like you want $1 million email that just ruins your life.
Yeah,
Like it used to be.
I was thinking of a different virus.
I get a thing. There she is. There's a thing that happens if you look at porn on your iPhone, where the pop-up will come up automatically, and it'll say, you have to contact this number or whatever, and you can't close the window or whatever. You know what I mean? And all you want to do is watch that black dude hump that methy old lady so bad. That's all you want in your life, and you can
So
think
your mother-in-law's here.
Well, hold on, I haven't got to that yet.
That's okay. I actually know that you can actually just hard shut down your phone and that'll all go
Right,
away.
and it all goes away. Right? You're exactly right. Yeah, there's a way to do that. Hey guys, I'm Jarrett. This is a podcast. It's called Jarrett Goes to the Movies. Right now, I don't know why. What a weird fucking night this is. Right now, we're talking about the Shawshank Redemption.
Fitting music.
With some dramatic music.
I feel like I want to cry already.
There's dramatic music, and it's just like it's the voice of God, you know, sitting next to the guy with the penis from the baseball movie, you know, who's
God
married.
is a pervert.
He was married to Susan Sarandon, who likes ping pong. You know what I mean? Yeah, she
does.
loves ping pong.
She invested in those ping pong places
That's what
in
she
New York
did.
or whatever.
She really did.
Yeah.
Do you know my favorite thing about Susan Sarandon? And
Besides her boobs?
Nope, that was it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Her boobs are amazing.
Oh my God! In that movie,
Her daughter's boobs are even better.
Who's her
What?
daughter?
She's the girl
Susan
from...
Sarandon. Holy crap. I was thinking of, I don't know why I was thinking Sandra Bullock, and I was like, her daughter's like a baby, like a newborn baby. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I think we're all thinking Susan Sarandon in this Thelma and Louise where she wore that like muscle shirt or like a wife beater, and just her boobies were everywhere. In fact, they overshadowed Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt was like, "Hey, I'm like a robber or whatever," and people were like, "Oh my god, I love this guy," and like we can't. And everybody's going to breakfast, and all we could think about was her boobs. Hey, with me as always is Rich.
Hello.
There he is. And Rich, how's it going?
Good. Her daughter is Ava Murray.
I thought you were saying that she was 8.
Yeah.
I think we all heard that. We all heard she's 8.
We all
We're
think
like,
you're a pervy weirdo, Rich, no matter what you say now.
fucking weird quick.
She shows her boobs in Californication with David Duchovny.
Oh, interesting.
Her or her
There's-
daughter?
The daughter does, and they are spectacular. Holy shit.
Dude, let's back that up. Here's the thing. So, in Californication is David Duchovny.
Right. There's a lot of boobs in that show,
Who is
too.
also in California with Brad Pitt,
Mm-hmm.
who is in Thelma and Louise
We did it.
Boom.
with Susan Sarandon.
And her boobs.
Fucking and her boobs. Both of them. That's right. So, so Rich, what's going on? What is happening right now? What is going on?
Are we talking about the movie now?
I'm grumpy right now.
I know you're grumpy, but
You-
but dude, you've been here for 4 hours, 5 hours.
We waited like a week and a half for this computer to come in. We got it. I set it all
We were
up at my
so
house.
excited.
All excited. Got it here. Everything seemed to be working fine. And then 5 minutes before we went live, it wouldn't stream.
Wouldn't fucking stream,
And
right?
it's not the computer. The computer's beef, but
Yeah,
it's something.
beef.
It's some setting that we have to figure
Yeah,
out.
there's
so I don't
some
know.
kind of thing.
I just want to know what's going on in your life because you've used the term pimp and beef like in 2 days, and I feel like that has to mean like you're going through some
Pimp.
shit.
My lovely wife Casey is here.
Hello,
As you can hear.
I'm here.
She's right over there, and I don't know. Like this whole thing today, it's just been all this set. In fact, we let him in the fucking house before we were even home today to set all this shit up, and we still can't get it
I
right.
know.
You know, like I feel like the more money we spend, the less shit works.
I think we had issues in the last computer too that we had to work out. I don't know.
It'll be fine. It
It's
was
fine.
today. It was the first one.
Yeah.
And,
Should I go ahead and
that's
tell the chat room that we're not coming back?
I already did. I thought.
I don't think so. I'll tell them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Well, Silent Sean 316 is here. He also helped set all the shit up. Blah blah blah. So it's great you guys are. So we're not live. I mean, you know, it's fucking weird, but also glorious because now we can, you know, just say what the fuck ever.
If there's like a nip slip, we can like cut it out.
Yeah.
Guys, our guests tonight are fucking stellar. This is crazy what we have in here tonight. So we're talking about the movie The Shawshank Redemption, right? And so out of the blue yesterday, Bowling for Soup merch guy, Texas Ranger fan, the greatest drunk Mexican dad impersonator of all time, Marco is here tonight. And let's give it up for Marco. How's it going?
I almost came in drunk Mexican dad character
Yeah.
up to your door, but I was like, oh, I better not.
You still have time.
It's
Oh my
early.
God, we have had more fun with that character of all time. And of course, he showed up with a Chicken Express cup. And so I was telling Rich earlier, I was like, no, there's this chicken place from Wichita Falls. It's called Golden Fried Chicken, branched off into two things. And there's a Chicken Express and there's a Golden Chick. Used to be the same thing. And which one do you like the best? Chicken Express, right?
He had his graduation party at a Chicken Express.
He did, yeah. So we had to,
Surprise graduation party.
all we had to do was choose between a roll and a biscuit. Everything else was just
Yeah.
right
What's
there.
your order that you get?
Number 1, mashed potatoes, roll, sweet tea.
Okay.
You don't
Okay,
add a
I
side of
lied.
okra.
Number
You're doing it wrong.
2. I get
Yeah.
a number 2.
Yeah, because that's like seven
more, yeah.
tenders or whatever. All right, so our friend of the show, fucking recurring guest, everybody's favorite, Amy Pitzinger is here as well.
Hello.
Let's give it up for her. She came in hot today. She came in hot, just coming in.
Oh,
you know.
she's pretty good looking.
Don't call my friends
No,
hot.
that's
Oh,
not
no.
what I'm saying. That's not what I was saying.
It's weird.
Oh.
I did talk about her on the golf course today. This is true. I talked about it on the golf course because we had this conversation about So I was about to hit the golf ball, and I farted. And my friend Kit goes, "Why don't girls think farts are funny?" And everybody's just like shrugging and yada. I'm like, "Yeah, my wife doesn't think farts are funny." But I go, "Listen, here's the thing. My friend Derek's wife, Amy, thinks farts are fucking funny. And there's like a sign in her living room that says like, I love you so much that I'll smell your farts."
That's right.
That's what it says, right?
Exactly.
So there's also a sign in your bathroom.
Ooh,
that
that's
says,
the new addition.
And
Yeah.
it says, "Have a nice poop."
Yeah.
So I go in there. This is a true story. I went in there the other day, and I was changing into my bathing suit, and I didn't need to poop, but I read the sign. All of a sudden, everything came out.
Was it nice?
Everything
It was
came out.
nice. It really
See,
was.
I just want you to sit down and relax.
Couldn't wait till I got home, apparently.
That's right.
And no, here's the thing.
It's more of a command.
The best
Than a
thing
well-wish.
about that, yeah, have a nice poop now.
Now. Yeah, you
But
flip it over, it says now.
The best part of it, like she has in there's like a little potty for the kids to stand on to go pee, but there's a squatty potty too. So you can like, not that they could totally be the same thing, by the way.
Right.
Like it's a little bit like repetitive. Like 'cause
Right.
I feel like a kid standing on a stool, I could just put my feet on that.
No,
and
the
poop.
the step is for them to wash their hands. But you can't keep it in front of the sink because it's a small bathroom and the door can't close.
And you can't wash
won't
your
close.
hands in the toilet. That's
You could. There's water.
That was the visual that I got.
Yeah.
Was the stool so they could wash their hands in the
Now,
toilet.
if we had a bidet,
yeah. Well,
there's an option.
I've had a good bidet today. Hey, and my mother-in-law Shanna is here. We're very excited that she's here. Hello, Shanna.
Hello, son-in-law.
Yeah, turn her up. Turn her mic up. It's all the way up.
Yeah, you just have to talk like right on it. He won't tap you in the face
Let's
with it
get
like
a
Will
test. Let's get a test on there. Like act like you love it. No. She's like, no. All right. Well, guys,
How about just a check 1, 2?
Check 1, 2.
that's
Got
perfect.
it.
Hey,
Perfect.
it is so great that you guys are here because we're going to talk about the feel-good movie of the summer, The Shawshank Redemption. So yesterday I worked all day. I was in the studio with Not Your Girlfriends. We recorded a bunch of great stuff. Almost. And then I had a couple of beers with Gary. I got home and then Casey and Amy went to the movies. And so I watched Shawshank Redemption by myself. Mm-hmm. And I think I thought I was going to cry more than I did. I had it like built up.
Wait, more than you did?
I had it built up in my head of being like way worse. I don't know
Me
why.
too.
Yeah, you did?
I did. I thought I was going to... Remember when I told Casey last night that I was going to watch it, I was like, oh, I'm ready to cry.
Right.
Not as much.
Yeah.
What
same.
scene did you cry at?
I never cried at all.
Okay.
That's weird.
Here's the thing.
Which one?
When the old man.
Brooks.
Yeah.
That's a sad one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the only one.
I skimmed over that part.
But the rest of it, I mean, like
yeah,
We were nice to him in the
I was
grocery
like, yeah, he
store.
kills himself. I don't know. Okay.
Everybody kept saying that. Anyway, again, welcome to Jarrett Goes to the Movies. We are a crowd-funded podcast. So if you got an extra $1 a month, not an episode, an extra $1 a month, why not give it to us? Because we will spend it on things like
Who has
computers.
extra.
Like computers that don't
I say
stream.
bullshit to that.
What?
It doesn't matter if they have an extra $1. No one has an extra $1. It's if we give you some value, give
Yeah.
us some value back.
I'm saying to all of our supporters and listeners, hey, please go give us a 5-star review on iTunes or wherever you can.
No,
that helps.
it doesn't matter anywhere else except for
Okay,
iTunes.
iTunes. It helps people find the podcast. Secondly, if you got an extra $1 or $2, please go pledge that. It's not per episode, and honestly, we really do spend it all in the show. We've got a new computer. We're trying to make the show better for you guys.
No, we're not.
I do need to let you guys know. Oh my God! As Tim Tool belled out,
We have an opening.
ladies and gentlemen, this is a Matt Cardosi production.
Yep.
Meaning, we have an opening for somebody else to go in and be with Matt as being
You don't have to like be with him, but
Yeah.
Oh, did you
can do
yell
it
out all
separately.
the get? Holy shit! All right, guys, we want to thank all of our supporters. Thank you so very much.
So hang on. Let's go back to what you were talking about, which was we have a spot open now.
Yeah,
For someone that if someone wants to do the $100 support spot, you get your name on there, like with Matt Cardosi it's the Matt Cardosi and your name production, and you get to sit in on any of the 5 questions you want. So you don't have to be scheduled in like everyone else is in the $50 level. In the $100 level, if you go, oh, I love that movie, I'm sitting in on that one. You just
Right.
call us up and sit in.
you are in. I want to thank our executive producers, Wendy Croft, David Murray, Sheila Ray Wonder, David Dooley, who you will hear from later in the podcast with Wendy Croft, Rodon James, Matt Cardosi, our corporate VP, Nigel Watson, Chris Whitehead, Lucy Murray, who apparently Rich has changed her name to Lucille, Diane Small, Daniel Cotton, Jared Spear, David Winsel, which is actually Lisa Winsel, but that's her husband. I think that's the credit card that.
No, it's the shipping. If you want your name changed back to whatever it is, change it on the shipping address on Patreon, and that, for whatever reason, generates the list that I get that I just copy over.
John Gickler, Shawnee May Griffiths.
Shawnee
Is
May
it
Griffiths.
Shawnee? Is it what does it say? Like Shawnee?
I think it's May
Shawnee May
or
Griffiths.
Mai.
Greg Pascal, Mark Ryan, Tyler J. McCullough, Katie Morgan. Hey, Katie Morgan. Yesterday I was at Best Buy, and I was going past all the gamer headphones, and they all had them hanging out there or whatever. And I meant to send you a photo of it to just ask you if it was like super exciting for you, but I did not do that. But I do have the photo. Sweehurst. Josh Millman, Jason Randall, Mike Breton, Chris Jacobs, Brian Dunning, Paul Baums, Amy Pitzinger. She's right over there.
hello.
Jason Wall, Bodie Cooper, William Bryant, Kirsty Fisher, Dominic Petretta, Dave McLennan, Simone Vark, who did not quit the podcast, Tess Green, Michael Price, and Homer. That's right, Homer Chambers.
Woody, right?
His name's Woody, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, why doesn't it just say Woody? It used to have all their real names.
Some of them updated. I just haven't updated the list since they updated. Like Lucy updated hers, Woody updated his. I just haven't updated the list.
Got it. So this week we're going to talk about the Shawshank Redemption. 2 imprisoned men, let me take that again. 2 imprisoned men bond over a number of years, finding solace and eventually redemption through acts of common decency. I don't know what just happened. I don't know what that sound was, but fucking A, was that timed correctly. That was amazing. Holy shit. So we had this conversation yesterday with a friend of ours that was like, yeah, I mean, I feel like I could show my kids that. I'm not sure why it's rated R or whatever. And then I watched it last night and I was like, oh, I remember now why it's rated R. Yeah. You cannot just show your children.
R
that.
for raping.
That is, well,
Stands for rape.
Mm-hmm.
that does happen.
Hey, I want to point out that I didn't bring up rape first this show.
That's true. But
Well-
at least it's relevant to the movie this time, you know?
Also, P.S.
That's a good point.
Let's see what happens.
Over to Rich for his alternative synopsis.
Here comes the raping. Just kidding.
Oh, no. Is that the synopsis?
That's it.
The Shawshank Redemption. A crazy environmentalist frames himself for murder and spends 19 years implementing the perfect plan to bust a crooked prison warden for illegally dumping raw sewage into a nearby freshwater stream.
Nice job.
Nailed it.
That was the rich redemption.
Nice.
It's really good. So Tim Robbins is in this. Again, we talked about this before. He was in Bull Durham, and he married to Susan Sarandon. And what else has he done?
Top
That's
Gun,
it.
Mystic River.
Top Gun.
Top Gun.
Mystic River was good. Top Gun, he was like a
Here and
side
Now, Jacob's
character.
Ladder.
Jacob's Ladder.
No good.
No?
World
No,
of
maybe
Worlds
these are-
2005.
Nah.
Okay, let's
Mission
back up.
to Mars.
What the fuck was he in Top Gun?
He
He's
was in
known
Green
for-
Lantern.
He is one of the side. He was like a replacement pilot or something.
Yeah, he was in the end.
Tenacious D in the Pick of Destiny. That's an important one.
Okay,
I
he was
hate
in
all this.
Bull Durham. He was in
great
this
movie.
movie,
Yeah.
and he was in that one where he's like a Hollywood agent thing. Where they,
Oh, actually, Jacob's Ladder was a good movie.
he wasn't known for that. I mean, that's not a
Nothing to Lose.
no.
All right,
Oh,
you're
that's
right.
a good one.
That's a good
With
one.
Martin Lawrence.
Yeah, that's like old
No.
school.
All right, Jesus Christ. And Morgan Freeman is in this movie. He's great. Great actor. You know what's great about him in this is that is the way they age him. You know, he starts out, he really does look younger. And, you know, by the end of it or whatever, it does look like he's aged 30
Well, it was a
years.
really long movie, so
Yeah.
maybe he actually had age.
Well, he had
Oh, they were
dark
filming.
hair in the beginning, and he had gray hair at the end.
No, I know.
That was it.
Jesus.
I thought the same thing though in the very beginning. I thought, wow, he looks young.
He looked young.
But I didn't know if it was just because of the time, like when the movie was made.
Well, so I thought the same thing. So when I was watching it last night, I was like, "Oh my god!" Like Morgan Freeman looks really young. But then by the end of it, it's like, "Oh, he looks like Morgan Freeman." You know. And why is that funny? What
that's
the
a funny
fuck?
Because it's just Morgan
I
Freeman.
don't know.
Oh my god!
Over to Rich for his alternative synopsis.
The Shawshank Redemption. Hey, so this is a Stephen King movie.
Is it really?
I think it's a Stephen King book, and I
It
thought
is
it was
a
a
short
full book.
story.
She said it was a short story. She's read
Yeah.
it.
Now my mother-in-law reads a lot,
Yes,
and she remembers.
and she's here today.
She's right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she remembers a lot of what she reads. Now you love this movie and you love the book.
Both.
She loves Stephen King.
Is the book better than the movie?
They are almost identical.
Wow,
Really?
We have a first.
Yeah, so it's not a thing where you're like, oh man, the movie took this shortcut or did this. You feel like it was
you
a
think
good
this movie
representation.
took any shortcuts?
No, they actually added to the movie, and they added it in a good way.
Yeah.
Because it was a short, condensed story.
Because there was no raping in the book.
Right.
No, there was.
Oh, okay.
It's
Yeah.
Stephen King. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, I read a short story by Stephen King called The Lawnmower Man.
I think it's in the same book.
Yeah.
I think
And
I'm married
Stand
to
By
that
Me.
person.
Huh?
Stand By Me was in the same book.
Yeah.
It was a short story, too.
Yeah, holy shit. I mean, that stuff will freak you out. And it's crazy that just stuff gets, like, he has, like, a thought. He writes, and by the way, a short story is not, I mean, it's still...
Short for
you know,
him? Maybe
yeah,
it's short for
It's still
him.
50 pages, you know, or whatever, but...
So let's talk about Stephen King movies. He has tons of movies.
Yeah.
And there's like 3 good ones.
Well, let's say, okay, hold on. Let's back up. Everybody back up. He has tons of books.
he has
That were
tons
made
of,
into movies.
Right. Okay.
And then he has several that are made into movies. So what are your... So you're
He's
saying...
got tons that are made.
What
into
are
movies.
what are his what are his 3 good
Shawshank
ones?
Redemption is at the top of the list. I think
That's
It's like his least favorite.
That's your favorite Stephen King movie?
I think it's the best one. Yeah.
Okay, what else?
The Green Mile and Stand by Me.
The Shining.
What about it?
It.
I have The Shining, Misery, and then the new It movie. I think
Yeah,
those
Misery's
could
a
be
good
on
one.
the list
Yeah.
as good, but I think everything else, the movies aren't good.
I
I mean, you
I
could
like-
love them.
Did you ever watch Secret Window with Johnny Depp? I actually
yeah,
really liked
yeah.
that one.
But I mean,
I-
that's not a good. That's not a
was a-
Shawshank Redemption type movie.
No,
You're
but
not going to
Shining,
put that in the same.
Shining is. I mean, that's
No.
freaking.
Oh, yeah.
So Stephen King wrote Stand By Me.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a tough one to compete with, but I will tell you this. Out of the ones that you said right there, man, Misery is a great fucking movie. And it's so well acted. It's like Kathy Bates' debut into everything. James Caan, such a great actor, you know. And I talk about this all the time. William Duvall, James Caan, Dustin Hoffman, and there's another one. We're all roommates back in the day. Like those dudes all lived together.
Oh,
you
was
know?
it Gene? Did you say Gene Hackman?
I said Gene Hackman,
Sorry.
Robert Duvall, Dustin Hoffman, And there's another one, and they all live together in some apartment. And imagine that, like, to me, it's like when Paul Gilbert, the guitar player from Racer X, thank you,
Mr. Big,
and Mr. Big lived with Russ, who plays in Steel Panther now, and he was in Fight or whatever. Like, those two were roommates when they were 17. Imagine the shredding that was happening in that house.
My mom said from your previous example, imagine the gangbang.
Oh, hell yes. Those guys.
She mouthed it to
Jesus.
me. Gangbang, right whenever you were naming the list of people.
Oh,
that lived in that
Robert
apartment.
Duvall, Gene Hackman, and Dustin Hoffman.
is she offering herself up for the gang? What I mean, what's going on here?
Possibly.
Yes.
My mother-in-law? Yeah. Like today or back then?
Matter. It may
Yes.
not matter.
No. Back then you were too young. You were too young.
The first guy I slept with looked like Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I get it. You know, I probably wouldn't be in for a gangbang with any of those dudes.
As long as you're in control, it's really.
My dad.
There you go.
My dad, who raised me, like has a Gene Hackman thing about him. Like he kind of looks like Gene Hackman. And
Guy who raised me.
I said my dad who raised me.
Oh, I thought you said the guy who.
I
raised
said my
me.
dad who raised me. Yeah, I'll take one, Sean. Hey, Sean, stop fucking yelling all the time. I'm not kidding, dude.
Lower
Like
your voice.
it's getting out of hand. It really is. Well, listen, I appreciate you guys being here. I'm so excited that my mother-in-law is here because I know she's going to have some great thoughts on this. And wait, hold on. We're still talking about Stephen King books. Hold on. Let me back up for a second.
We're talking
You're
about
the one
movies,
that
not
left.
books.
No, but I know. But what's crazy is when you think about Stephen King, you think about Cujo.
Horror movies, yeah.
Yeah,
And
Carrie.
you think about
Thinner.
Carrie.
Pet
Holy
Sematary.
shit. Pet Cemetery.
Genre.
What did you say?
Thinner?
What's that called?
Ooh,
Thinner was
Thinner's
great.
good.
Yeah. What's the one he did? It's not.
Thicker.
that was
with
my
Britney
that was my
Spears. Is it a
spoof
prequel
version.
or a
I've been working
sequel?
on the movie for the last 4 years.
But there was a thing. I think it was called Creep Show, where he wrote like a bunch of these ones, and he actually starred in one where he touched a piece of a meteor, and then it like got on his finger. It started to grow on his finger, and then he licked it, and it just took over his body, and he just grew into a plant.
Children of the Corn.
Children of the Corn, holy shit! How scary!
But these
Shanna,
aren't- but
me
these
and
aren't-
you. Hold on, me and Shanna, same age.
All right.
How fucking scary was Children of the Corn?
I cried on the way home because we lived out in the country.
Yeah.
And the guys that were giving me a ride home from the movie theater kept stopping, and all the fields were all grown up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was terrifying.
So back
Terrifying.
before I grew up and I wasn't like a huge wimp, I used to actually really like horror movies. And so me and my friend would like go to Blockbuster, rest in peace, every weekend and go and get like a horror movie. So I'd ask my mom because she loves scary movies. Like,
Yeah.
what should we get? And she was like, ooh, okay, I think it's time. I think you're ready.
Yeah.
Children of the Corn, you have to get it.
Right.
I was like ready to like be like, she's like, same thing. I cried. It was awful. It did not age well. It was the cheesiest fucking thing I've ever seen in my whole
Really?
life. Yes, Malachi. Like, it was just awful.
Now, Shanna, when you think back to that movie, though, like I remember Malachi being scary, but to me, it's the leader of the whole thing.
the little kid.
Little blonde one.
No, the guy who like wore the hat,
Yeah.
who led the whole thing.
He looked like the little pilgrim.
Oh my god,
He was terrifying. Malachi
That-
didn't scare me. Malachi was like a bully.
Yeah, exactly. And he was in, and by the time then we were, he was in like B like movies on shit like Hard Bodies and shit. You know what I mean?
My
Where-
niece had like a little chubby redheaded friend in elementary school, and their parents named him fucking Malachi. That's just mean.
Yeah, that is.
That little
mean.
baby comes out with red hair. Change the name. It's not. You can't do it.
I coached soccer for Jack's, for Jack for like 4 years, and we had a little Malachi or whatever.
Does he have red hair?
No,
And
but
freckles?
I did.
This kid did.
I did want to.
He didn't go by like Mal or something?
No, it's
Kai.
Malachi. It's a whole
Kai.
thing. His
Call me Kai.
parents wanted to call, and I did ask that. I was like, "Hey, what do you guys call him? Like Kai or like
That's so insulting to you.
Kai?"
Hey,
Hey, let me just
Kai.
change your kid's name.
That happened my whole
No,
time.
I asked a question. I said, "Hey, do y'all call him anything else?" And they're like, "No, we call him
Just a
Malachi."
suggestion.
Did
I'm
you
like,
ask them if
And I
how
go-
much their furniture cost?
Well, no, I said to them, I go, well, it's a little bit weird because I grew up in the 80s and never mind.
Malachi was a demon. Why did you name your kid after a demon?
No shit. I mean,
What's
holy
funny about
crap.
Stephen King books in general, just in my house growing up, was that like, okay, my mom like collects the hardbacks. Like she took me to like a reading of his new book, like where we have to go see him. Like it was crazy. Like it was a big deal. So when the Harry Potter series was like coming out, I was probably in like 5th grade. But I was reading Cujo at the time, and they took my book away from me at school and told me that it wasn't like reading, it wasn't appropriate, and it wasn't like my reading level. And I went home and I was like, it was her book. She let me borrow it. I mean, she was, she was particular about which ones I read.
Sound like it's gonna.
And that school got shanned real hard. Ooh. So she was like, they're like, you can't tell me it's not what she's not like reading porn. Like, what's the problem? It's a fucking angry dog. You don't think my kid can handle an angry dog? At least she's not reading about fucking. There's an angry dog in Harry Potter fucking 3.
Like you're
that
reading
kid's
it to your
that,
class,
Yeah. So they gave it back, and I read it in class.
What's funny about that is like that is one of the Cujo is one of those movies where I thought it was scary or whatever, but as I look at it now and think about it, I'm like, how could this have been a book? Like how could they just be in this car?
And scary.
And there's just this goddamn dog out there.
It was the first book that kept me awake all night. I was terrified to go to sleep.
Really?
Terrified to go to sleep.
Because
Stephen King's a master.
We got freaking Cujo'd in our own house by Snoop J.
Yeah,
I heard about that.
I shut the goddamn doors and we were fine, but fuck, man. Do you guys know that story?
No.
Oh man, so we were gonna adopt a dog, and
the cutest little German Shepherd that's ever existed.
I found this dog on the internet, and Casey had. It was definitely me.
It was definitely me.
Yeah, well, I definitely found the dog, and Casey flew out to meet me on tour, and I was like, "Check out this dog. This dog is beautiful." Did you find the dog?
I found the dog, and his name was Snoop J, which was funny. And he was just this happy German Shepherd. I found it. I sent it to you. We talked about it when I got there. It's the whole thing. Continue.
And now the story sucks.
It kind of sucks now.
So it's the cutest dog in the world. He's like happy and sweet. Like, I mean, the pictures are insane. They're like this beautiful German Shepherd. So we like schedule it. Whenever we get home, they're bringing this dog to us so we can meet it.
Get it.
So we get home and they meet us. And from the second this dog jumps out of the car, that thing looks fucking crazy. Evil demon dog. I mean, just the same dog, but his eyes are just insane. Like, he's just nuts. Yeah. And they're like, okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to all, as a family, we're going to get together and we're going to go on like a 20-minute walk, and then we can start to pet the dog. And I'm like, they fucking said the thing was kid-friendly. This doesn't seem like a good idea.
No.
So then they let me hold the dog and let him walk him. And then they're like, see, he's doing good. Anyway, bye. Out of the neighborhood. So... I mean, Everett's like crawling age, right? And this is a big fucking dog. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess we're going to see what happens. So we go inside. We have this big kennel already set up. We have everything ready. It like goes in the kennel. Jarrett goes and gives it a treat. And it kind of comes out and gets a treat and runs back to the edge, right? So we're like, Jack's like, I don't know. I want to like pet the puppy. We're like, let's just go like give him a treat. So he goes up to the thing with a treat. And this dog fucking like out of this thing at Jack's face, right? I mean, I swear to God, Jarrett went fucking 30 feet in 1 second and got him the fuck away from this dog. And I mean, and then it loses its mind. So it's in our bedroom. We have to shut all the doors, and it's like, if you open the door, it's like, so we're like, oh my fucking God.
True story.
I mean, it's scary. Jack is like hysterical. He's like, I can't sleep with him in our house. And I'm like, fucking me either, dude. Like, what do we do? So we had to call this family at 10:30 at night and go like, come get this fucking demon dog out of our house, you liars, you know? And I'm pretty sure he probably didn't make it much longer than that.
Yeah,
but they came and picked him up. They knew. They like literally came right back, got him. And they lived pretty far away. And then we got Milo right after.
Even when they came back, though, it was weird because the lady was like, okay, I'm going to let my husband go in first. We're going to calm him down.
Was he in a suit?
Or whatever.
They knew we had
small children on his arm.
Was he in a straight
Jesus
jacket?
Christ. Like,
why did you give
we
us
have
this dog?
kids. Yeah, exactly. Why the fuck do we even have this? Because we had had him sitting by the pool for a while. And, you know,
which is funny because the day that we had this mean little angry dog, giant mean angry dog back there, our neighbors who foster puppies was like, hey, look what we got, and held this like adorable little shiny puppy over the side. It was Milo, by the way. So that, I mean, where I was like, oh, how cute, I've got this giant demon dog if you want him. So they got rid of him, and then later we ended up actually adopting Milo from them as a puppy, and he never ate any of our children.
That story was amazing. I have one question though.
Go ahead.
What does it have to do with anal rape? How did we get into this?
Oh no.
Oh wait, I didn't tell you what the dog did. So
Oh no.
We see by your file you've served 20 years of a life sentence.
Yes, sir.
You feel you've been rehabilitated?
Oh, yes, sir. Absolutely, sir. I mean, I learned my lesson. I can honestly say that I'm a changed man. And no longer a danger to society. That's God's honest truth.
he looks young there.
He looks
right?
like a baby.
He really does. Like as I saw this, I was like, Jesus
He looks
Christ.
no older than 50
You mean
for sure.
God?
No, but I mean, even then, if he looks 50, like when you think of Morgan Freeman, you think just old.
How old is Morgan?
I think Driving Miss Daisy. You know what I mean? Like, it's like the youngest I remember him. I think.
I think we said he was 78 right now.
No,
He's 81.
Oh, wow.
That's what
okay.
I
Oh, my
meant.
goodness.
He's 97 years old. A lot of people don't know that.
He was born in 1937.
So when did
in
this
Memphis,
movie come
Tennessee.
out?
This movie,
94.
yeah.
So the mugshot that was there whenever they stamped it rejected.
I was wondering about that.
That's actually Morgan Freeman's son.
Oh,
way.
wow.
That's crazy because I was thinking, I was like, it kind of
Me
really does
too.
look like him, but I knew it wasn't.
Yeah.
He's also in a scene whenever the bus pulls up with the new people.
Right.
Interesting.
Funny story about how he met the mother. He flipped her skirt up. She thought it was hilarious. They got married.
Which is
perception.
awesome because now that has now put an exclamation mark on How I Met Your Mother, the series. Here's how. What you got under there? What you got going
Here's how.
under there? Here's how.
All right, I don't understand how parole for a life sentence works. What's the point of having a life sentence if you're not going to
Well,
serve life?
It's just like, it's like you can get life without the chance of parole.
just-
I'm going to tell you this right now. Here's the thing.
Oh, so you can get life with the chance of parole?
Yes,
Correct.
and-
So
and
it's not life.
yeah.
Dude,
So it's
But well, it can be life. It's,
there
it's
are-
up to life, depending on if you ever eligible
Got
for
it.
parole.
there are rules in other countries that will literally make you fucking cringe. Like some countries,
cut off your hands for stealing.
sure, I'm into that. Whatever the fuck. You know, I mean, like, punish the people who do bad stuff. What I'm saying is, it's like in Canada,
Yeah.
let's say you go and murder 9 people.
Right.
Don't do
They're
that.
they're gonna go. We're gonna rehabilitate you, and we're gonna try to figure this out. And fucking in 15 years,
You're out.
You're out.
Okay, I'm not even gonna like give you
Canadians.
guys any information on this, but for anybody listening, there is a documentary called Dear Adam, and it is.
Oh my god.
I can't. I mean, there's just not even enough words. But like you will fucking cry. It's awful, but it's true, and it's about the Canadian justice system. It's been a little bit.
Is it? They're saying it's too lenient or something? Or what?
Well, essentially, I'm not telling you like,
It's
the whole
just
thing,
different.
but it's different. This woman like murders this guy. They come out and just say this. She like murders her boyfriend, and essentially like has his baby. She's pregnant by him after he's dead, and the parents have to like share custody with her.
Ugh.
And they like let her out of prison in between the trials, and then it's this whole thing.
It's fucked
Oh,
up,
man.
man.
Yeah.
And good job, babe. It's a fucking great documentary made by his friend, and it will make you.
I'm not
fucking
joking. I like
cringe and
sobbed hysterically for like 20 minutes after this thing was over. I was
Now,
like,
guys, I gotta tell you guys, I'm gonna make this worse right now. As if this couldn't get any worse with this this Dear Adam and this goddamn fucking Stephen King thing. Everything's gone off the rails.
I feel like you're about to like sing. I feel like you're about to sing a blues song. Your eyes
no,
are
he hates the
closed.
blues.
You're just throwing your hands in the air.
So I rented this movie first, and I thought I had it for free, guys. I thought I had it for free.
What happened? I got it for free. I don't know what happened. with
So
you.
I rented it on TMC, apparently. So-
Is that what you're trying to
I
do?
rented the movie on TMC. It was great. It was good for me.
That's the worst blues ever.
It was like terrible. I did it. It was great. Like that's not the blues.
Okay, then
He's not done. But then it cost me $13.99.
There you go. There's
That
the
is exactly what happened. So I go. Then here's what happened. So I realized like early on. Oh man, they're not swearing. Like, what is happening? And so I go in back from TMC.
Not swearing.
What the fuck's going on? They're not swearing.
Exactly. I'm thinking, and a commercial comes on or whatever. So I go back, and so I'm like, okay, I'd like to pay for this movie, right? I pay for the movie. It just keeps picking back up where that other one left off or whatever. So I had to leave that whole goddamn fucking DirecTV format,
right, environment,
and go and get it somewhere else. So, do you know how much this cost me?
What? How much?
$24 to watch this movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's why we need Patreon.
That's why we need Patreon, right? But here's the thing: I couldn't. I'm so glad I didn't watch it the other way because they would have taken out the anal rape.
Well, let me ask you a question though. Was it just that you were watching it and they were talking normally and you were like, I need swear words in all my movies?
No, I could tell.
Oh, okay.
It's like right when Morgan Freeman is walking through the yard and he just goes, yeah, don't give me that fucking shit like that or whatever. And it dropped out. I go, whoa.
Oh.
Just missed a curse word.
They didn't just like replace the words.
No, I just missed a curse word.
Just cut it
Just
out.
need some Phil Flarn.
Oh yeah, guess
Listen to
what?
me, you freaking coward. Like,
Yeah.
they always quit, like, It's like,
Yeah.
why is it always a coward?
Right.
You pie eater.
Pencil neck.
Pumpkin eater.
It's funny because I thought it was really interesting. I was really confused whenever I heard Morgan Freeman curse because I think I watch it on TNT all the time.
Yeah.
Oh,
Every
it
time
doesn't
it comes
swear.
on TNT, and obviously it's not swearing. So whenever I was watching the actual movie, I'm like, oh, well, they're cursing.
Man,
okay.
he swears a lot in this.
Yeah.
And you actually don't hear him swear a bunch. You really don't.
Because he's
I don't even
God.
feel like
Well,
he's
he's
really,
God, yeah.
Yeah, I still don't even feel like he's really that good at it.
Do we think, do you guys think, let me ask you guys this, and be serious. When we think of like, why are you laughing?
Nothing.
When you think of God, it like as an actor, is it Morgan Freeman?
Or Atlantis Morissette.
Or it's
One
George
movie
Burns.
doesn't make you God.
Dude, that's a good name for an album.
Oh, we've got two now.
That is really good. No, but is it Morgan Freeman or
I think
is
so.
it? Yeah.
Who else would it be?
George Burns.
Yeah, I mean,
that's-
if you're
Yeah,
like
he's third on the
90,
list.
Holy shit, that's really
Morgan
good.
The
Freeman.
original God.
Yeah, he really was.
but
The OG.
the torch was passed.
I can't read that one.
Two.
Val Kilmer? Did he
John
play God?
Denver, he died.
No.
Val Kilmer apparently played God at some point. So did Whoopi Goldberg.
Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In The Prince of
No,
Egypt?
No.
But he was a god.
No. George Burns was God when I was 4.
Right.
For the rest of my life.
No, but then Oh God Book 2 came out and they Egg Foo Young and
No one
shit,
saw
you
that.
know? Like, yes, everybody saw that shit.
I know, I did too.
Angels with Angels. Rodney Dangerfield played God.
No. George
Oh,
Burns
nice.
when I'm 4. And
Everyone knows that Morgan Freeman
Morgan
is
Freeman.
President
Morgan
God.
Freeman.
Everybody knows
yeah,
that.
he's
All right,
President
guys.
God.
Yes.
Exactly.
President-elect.
All right, so
President-elect God.
So again, I rented this on TMC. I thought I had done a great thing because what the deal is that we have a Amazon Fire Stick, but I can't control the Amazon Fire Stick anymore because we lost the remote. So I can only do it from my phone.
Right.
So I was thinking
It's real
ahead.
fun for me when he goes out of town.
Casey was out with Amy last night, so I go, all right, well, I'll rent it on DirecTV. This will be great. So I rent it on DirecTV, and again, it's edited. So I go to try to pay for it. I'm trying to give it money. I'm going, give me the goddamn, like the whole thing, and it just keeps picking up on this thing or whatever. Then I ended up going back or whatever. Now, when we, goddamn, it's so frustrating.
So you get parole if you get a life sentence?
You have the
Depends
you have
on
the
the
option of
eligible.
parole. Hey,
Circle it
Mom,
around.
Mom, do you want this?
Basically, here's the thing. If you have DirecTV and you can't get your Fire Stick to work,
Yes.
right?
Right?
And the Apple TV is just blinking.
What does Fire Stick have to do with DirecTV?
Listen to me very
Okay,
carefully
all right.
about parole.
Okay.
Fire Stick is still blinking, right?
Uh-huh.
Now, get this. There's a GameCube.
Right?
Nobody remembers what that is.
Nope.
It's back there. That's where they get you. They'll just be like, "Hey, are you ready to be in society?" And they'll be like, "Yes, I am. I've got everything figured out. I've got DirecTV. I've got the remote to my Fire Stick." And they'll go, "What about the GameCube? You don't have an answer for that? Guess what? Death row."
What's
But
weird
if you
is-
never let your husband go to Walmart in the first place, you still have AT&T Uverse and all your shit still works.
Okay.
Clip.
So no, hold on. Let's talk about gambling. Let's talk about what they're gambling for, right? When they're all placing their bets, everybody's like, "Hey, I've got this, I've got this," and you find out, and I thought this was, an interesting thing too, that all of the prisoners are white. Did you guys notice this?
You realize that Morgan Freeman is a co-star in this movie, right?
They're in fucking Maine.
And what year was it, too?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, this isn't Chicago.
Yeah, they open a prison in Prosper, Texas. It's going to look exactly like this.
Right.
Wardrobe and all.
Morgan Freeman got lost.
What do you mean? He wasn't supposed to be there.
Yeah, he took a wrong turn. He meant to go to Ohio.
Because he drove
went
himself
this way.
to prison?
And he,
I just meant he was in Maine on accident.
Google Maps went the wrong way.
Yeah.
On your feet.
I believe in two things: discipline and the Bible. Here you'll receive both. Put your trust in the Lord. Your ass belongs to me. Welcome to Shawshank.
Unhook him. Turn around. That's enough. Move to the end of the cage. Turn around. Be lousy. Turn around. Move out of the cage, go to your left, pick up your clothes and Bible. Next man up.
We will talk about this later on 5 questions, but so I had never seen this movie, and we were doing the video for the bitch song. And
this is a common theme with you.
Listen,
doing videos about movies you've actually not even seen.
No, and this is a true story actually. And
because Mean Girls was the same thing. You did the Mean Girls.
What?
The trust fall.
The trust fall.
Oh,
You did a Mean Girls scene in your thing. You had never seen the movie.
No, listen to me.
You had never seen this movie.
Yeah. So this one I had never seen this, and we're filming a video for the bitch song, and we essentially spoofed this, but I didn't even know we were spoofing it. Like, we walked with our clothes naked, like full on naked through a prison. We got deloused, it was fucking crazy. How many times we had to do it to make it look good and all that. Had no idea why it was funny. I really didn't. I had no idea why it was funny.
Well, I've seen the video and I didn't make the connection, honestly.
Yeah, I would have still been like, that's just prison stuff.
Right.
Right. Because that'd be like Shawshank.
I didn't tie Shawshank to it.
Two things. Water pressure in prison. Fantastic.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's a fire hose.
Yeah.
Still.
Second of all, I think I just want to carry baby powder around and just start a new thing where you just throw it at people and go, delouse them. And
How
just
does
throw
that-
it at them.
Or just Shawshank.
How does delousing work? My entire house had lice, and it was a whole thing. We did not just throw powder on each other.
You know how
that
we
doesn't
had.
work.
You know how we did it in the video, and it sucked so bad. They greased us with Vaseline first,
God.
all over us,
Right.
and then they threw flour on us.
Wait, don't tell them about that video, Jay.
So that what?
Nothing.
So that it would stick to us on that.
Right.
Oh my god. Then they'd be like, "All right, guys, wash it off. Let's do it again."
How many times?
10. 10.
Doesn't seem so bad.
No, but we would have to go to the shower, wash it off one another.
Dry off.
Like,
What else were you doing that
Yeah,
day?
Vaseline's
Did
hard
they
to get
film
off.
that part?
what?
Yeah,
Washing it off each other?
Yeah.
No, the water was cold.
What else were we doing that day? Is that what you're saying?
What else were you doing that day?
Well, I don't know.
10 times. That
I
doesn't
was in
seem
a
that
video
bad.
with the guy from Vern. No, that's the other guy.
Nope.
Wow, that
Terry
is
Cox.
that is
Oh man, there we go. He's got it.
dwarfist.
What?
Terry Cox, right?
The
Terry
black,
Cox?
the little black guy.
Maybe not Terry.
Is
Cox
it
is his
Terry?
last name.
Tony
Tony
Cox.
Cox.
Yeah, and that is my ass that he slaps. By the way.
The boys always go fishing with first timers. And they don't quit till they reel someone in.
Sleep, you're gonna have nice. Hey, fat ass. When you dream, you're gonna be dreaming about me. Fat ass. Talk to me, boy. While you're there, I can hear you breathing. I know you listen to these nitwits, you hear me? This place ain't so bad. Tell you what, I'll introduce you around, make you feel right at home. I know a couple of big old bull queers that just love to make your acquaintance. Especially that big white mushy butt of yours.
God, I don't belong here.
We have a winner!
I want to go home.
And it's fat ass by a nose! Where's Fish? Where's Fish? Where's Fish?
I don't belong here. I want to go home.
How long would it take you to break? I think it would be the first night.
In this situation,
Yeah.
no, I'd crawl and pee myself, and
I always wonder, like, how long
I
have you
could-
been on
I-
trial? Have you not already been in jail for a while? Like,
I could fucking hypnotize myself for sure, and just like, and especially because they're in cells by themselves. Like dude, I'd survive the first night easy.
Oh, because that's not fair though. Because you'd be like, look at all the dicks that I get to look at. That's
Yay.
yeah.
No, I haven't showered yet.
I'm just saying.
I haven't showered yet.
Got deloused on the way in. You're like,
were
look
naked
at
guys
all
everywhere.
the dicks.
I think we had
Listen
this
to me.
conversation last weekend. How would everybody do in prison?
I'd do just fine. Just
I think
give me a
Shanna
book.
would rule it.
I think so too.
Look.
You'd be
You would do
red.
great.
Mom would be red.
Rich, how would you do in prison?
I would have a problem with the butt sex. That's a definite.
We have a clip that says otherwise.
However,
yeah,
I miss the semen in my butt.
Now, is that only if you're giving or receiving, though?
right.
But
I think it's all about
No
seniority.
pun intended.
I honestly, if I could do my day job and the podcast in prison, I honestly not sure I would know there's a difference.
Oh no.
Because I'm in my house all the time. I don't leave my house except to come over to here.
I think I'd do fine. I think if you could make it through high school without really having any enemies and everyone pretty much just thinking you're funny, but also could probably beat them up, like, you're fine.
Yeah.
I could do okay.
Yeah.
I think prison would be peaceful. Like if again, without the
little
I understand
relaxing.
that the butt sex part is a big part of it and it's very stressful. I'm sure that you're constantly trying not to get butt sexed. However, there's no pressure. There's no pressure. You're gonna get fed.
Except
you
for
don't
when
have
you're
to worry
getting
about
butt sexed.
Yeah.
There's a
I mean,
lot
if
of
you
pressure.
take that off of, you take the butt sext off the table.
Oh, okay.
You never watched Orange is the New
There's
Black.
no pressure.
They starve girls out.
It's like camp. It really is.
Instead
It's
of
like
eating
camp.
putting the butt sex
meals
The way
are
they
coming.
do it,
You
yeah.
don't have to do anything
All right.
for it. You can sit and read all day. It seems really peaceful.
Right. The fat guy
No,
got
'cause
beat
you don't
up.
get your
though.
own cell.
And, here's the thing: fat guy gets beat up. Not nice. Guess what? He fucking died.
That was really
He
sad.
died.
But you
You
know
can't
what?
do that. You can't just fucking beat up the fat guy.
Do you know what though? He wasn't gonna do well in prison.
No.
Maybe it was for the
It's
best.
You're
probably for the
saying
best.
survival of the fittest.
I'm saying like maybe he would have rather been dead than be in prison.
Prison rules are different
I
than
don't know his life.
real world rules. I mean,
Darwin
you got to
rules.
be. It is
selection.
bottom of the
That's right.
barrel. And like as I'm watching this, I'm going. I don't think this is how prison is.
When
Morgan
he-
Freeman is not talking to Andy.
Yeah, when he gets hit on in the
it's
shower.
very tribal.
When he gets hit on in the shower and says, "Yeah, he gets hit on." You know, how do you react to that? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, holy shit, he got hit on in the shower.
Hey, I can't remember when this happened, but 3 packs of cigarettes just to get it from the delivery guy to Andy, the poster or whatever, right? Or whatever.
Or was it the
Yeah.
pick?
It was the.
The hammer thing.
Right.
It took 3 packs of cigarettes.
Right.
That seems expensive.
He wants
I thought it
he wants a rock hammer. is what he says.
You've got to remember, a pack of cigarettes back then was about 10 cents.
And that wasn't even, oh, okay, maybe, but that wasn't
Back
even
in 94.
to get it from the outside.
I know, I'm
Right.
joking.
I thought it was 7 cigarettes. His markup was 20%, so he said, let's make it an even 10.
That's what happened.
I could have swore.
I thought it was
that's what-
dollars. He said $7.
I thought it was $7.
So maybe
too.
$7, so
It
maybe
was-
that was 3 packs.
Because
of
he said
cigarettes.
$7 on the outside. is what it
Because
was.
he slipped
Okay.
Brooks.
So he was
Some
doing like
cigarettes for delivering.
outside world versus prison currency. So he said $7. I'll round up to 10,
That's 3
and then that's
cigarettes.
3
That
packs
makes
of cigarettes, I guess.
So how did Andy get 3 packs of cigarettes?
Now it's how much 1 pack of cigarettes costs.
Yeah,
Well, he's
actually.
rich.
Yeah, Andy's got lots of money.
Don't let
Oh,
him
he
tell you
does?
that. You're rich, Rich.
Thank you.
Yeah. You're going to be fine in prison. Thanks.
Get this in your eyes, it blinds you.
Honey. Hush.
That's it. You fight. Better that way.
I wish I could tell you that Andy fought the good fight and the sisters let him be. I wish I could tell you that, but prison is no fairy tale world. He never said who did it, but we all knew.
I have a question.
What are they doing? It blew my mind. I was like, I'm trying to figure out what this movie is. I don't know. It sounds like a cool job to me.
How long does it take to get used to being anal raped
Dude,
by a bunch
stop
of
it.
dudes several times a
So
week?
I-
No, seriously, how long does it take to get used to
Do
that?
you
I don't
get
think
used
you.
to it?
I don't think you get used to it. And the thing about that is that he fought it. They would hit him up every couple of weeks or whatever. But and that's the thing. Like
They made a point to say that they weren't gay, by the way. They were
They're
like,
just-
oh, they're not gay.
yeah, they're just called the
Pretty
sisters.
gay.
That's pretty gay.
It's pretty gay.
Yeah,
Not
exactly.
that there's anything wrong with being
Also,
gay,
like-
but they're gay.
Let me ask you this: like, if let's say there's 4 of them, right? And they all want to do it to Susan Sarandon's husband.
Right.
Why don't they just do it to each other?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, why doesn't one of them just go, guys?
It's a power thing.
Right.
But let's say they're not gay. Let's take them at their word and they're not
Okay,
gay.
sure.
Okay.
Right.
How horny do you have to be to just go sticking your penis into random
That's
holes
how
all the
it
time?
works.
No.
No, rape isn't about sex. It's about power.
Well, I mean, maybe it's different in prison.
No, that's the thing. Like, that's their power. It's like almost, I feel like if you're like a dude and you're in prison,
How much
you'd almost
power-
rather a gang of people come up and beat the shit out of you than these 4 dudes are
Okay.
even scarier because they'll hold you down and have
Okay,
sex
but-
with you against your will. That's
Okay,
awful.
I accept your hypothesis, but as a man,
Anal probe.
as a man, I mean, you're a woman, so you have your perspective. As a man, in my perspective, it's just a bunch of dudes in prison.
Oh, that's your perspective. That's not.
But I was
No.
kind of
It's
thinking
just
the same
a bunch
thing.
of dudes. Yes, I understand the control. That makes sense to me when it's like with women are involved.
But wouldn't that
if
be
I'm
like a
raping
one-time
woman,
thing?
that makes sense to me. But in prison, it's for a guy who's not homosexual. For a guy to rape another man says way more about you than control does. Like, oh, I just controlled you. No, dude, you're gay.
But control
I
seems to
feel
me
like-
like a one-time
Yeah, if
thing.
you're a
But if it's
rapist, you're a
repeatedly
rapist.
with the same person,
Don't
is
you feel like
is
that's
that
more
about
control?
But is it about control or is it
No,
about?
pleasure?
Yeah.
But I know. I feel like it's more
scared.
control.
He's
I
afraid
feel
of
like
them. It's like
No, but
this
you don't
could be
understand.
you. Like that's the whole term. Like making somebody your bitch.
Is
like,
it control until they
that's a
stop
control
fighting?
thing.
Look. In the heterosexual mindset of a dude,
a male rapist
of a dude,
of a male rapist.
Okay, but of a dude,
Who rapes people.
if you're walking around saying, "Look, I'm heterosexual. I'm a dude. I'm the cock of the walk. I'm the top cheese," You're not gonna do gay stuff.
I know,
You're
but
just not gonna do that.
When you're beaten
Unless
down,
you're
though,
gay,
when you're
unless you're gay.
no,
Okay,
hold on.
there's
But
also
when
gay
you're
people
beaten down,
are
and you're
dudes.
beaten down, you're beaten down, you're beaten down, like you get your ass kicked, 150 times. Eventually,
You're gonna rape somebody?
no, you stop wanting to get your ass kicked. I think.
Well, he always fought back.
And that's the thing. Like, he never stopped fighting.
That's
So
my
do
thing.
you,
Like, do you
Steve-
think
No,
they
I'm
like?
not talking. I'm
Is
talking
that
about
what
the
they
other
said,
guys.
though?
I'm not talking about
Okay,
Andy.
let's not even talk about those
No,
guys.
they showed that scene where he finally was like, okay, let's get this over with, and you could see the guy's face like, holy shit, and then he fucking hit him with those movie
Yeah,
things.
right.
Like he
Exactly.
he never
Yeah.
stopped
No,
fighting.
I agree
Right.
with all that.
Agree. Well, hey guys, I wasn't speaking from experience. I never gave in. I was never like, okay.
You fought.
Yeah,
Fought the
fucking
good fight.
fought.
Yeah.
Like Tim
Yeah.
was there. It's like
Well, go to
Jesus.
fucking Quick Trip.
yeah, exactly.
Everybody knows.
Have a quick trip.
Dooley on the Skype is like now. There's David Dooley.
It's at the same place. Did he leave?
No, I've been here all week, Rich.
He's been there the whole time. And there's Wendy Croft. How are you doing?
Hi, how are you?
She's got her tiara on. She's queen of the podcast. So, are you guys ready? Are you ready? Wait a minute. First of all, let me ask you guys this. Have y'all seen this movie before? Have you guys ever seen it before? Wendy, have you ever seen this?
Yes, I own it. It's one of my favorite movies, actually.
Favorite movies of all time. And then David Dooley, have you seen this before?
Never, but it's one of my wife's favorite movies, except she ain't here at the bar with me. So
Right.
I'm solo.
Right. Okay.
I did watch it yesterday because it's been a long time since I've seen it, but yeah.
So, Wendy, you're saying that even though we give you shit about never watching the movie, you watched the movie.
I do watch the movie.
No, don't say do. You did.
I watched this one for sure,
You watched this one for sure. And you didn't go to the library to get it. You didn't go Redbox.
No.
You just fucking went into the DVD cabinet and put it in.
Sort of.
I'm going to be completely honest about something.
That's what
If you found a DVD in my house of a movie and wanted to put it into a DVD player, you'd be hard pressed to fucking try to figure out how to make that go onto a television.
The Xbox. That's it, though.
Really?
That's
But
the only
does
thing
that
I
not
have.
have to be Blu-ray
Yeah,
or
well,
something?
we have an Xbox, but
Right.
yeah.
Okay. Well, I have an Xbox One, so I'm just letting.
We
you
have
guys
one of
know.
those. That's what we have. Xbox.
Well, I have an Xbox One Plus. So, all right. So, any favorite scenes from the movie? Anything? Tell me.
Get busy living or get busy dying.
I love it. I
Damn
love that.
straight.
Fucking A. That is a great line. David Dooley, I'm not going to ask you because I feel like you're giving me a fucking bunch of bullshit about the fact that you even started watching this. And who gives a shit? All right. Let's get into 5 questions, guys. Here we go. 5 questions is very, very simple. I'm going to ask you some questions. Try to answer them correctly. Wendy will be writing hers down, which means, David Dooley, you will have to go first. This is very odd for those who have ever been playing against Wendy Croft before because she usually cheats. All right. So, David Dooley, here we go. You're going to have to answer first. Wendy Croft, holy shit, fucking A. In the movie Shawshank Redemption, who is it that smells the underwear in the laundry room? Is it the guy who was in that one movie? the guy who was in that other movie? Or C, none of the above? Was it the guy in the one movie, the guy in the other movie, or C, none of the above? All right, we're going to go right now to David Dooley. Go ahead, David Dooley.
I'm pretty sure it's the guy in the one movie.
All right, he's going with the guy in the one movie. All right, let's go to Wendy Croft.
I'm going to go with none of the above because it doesn't even sound right.
That is 100% correct. It is C, in this movie, none of the above.
Bullshit.
That
He
is
was in
right.
that one movie.
No, that is right. Wendy, you do have one. This is called this movie is called The Shawshank Redemption. The movie I was referring to there was American History X. also a prison movie, also the feel-good movie of the summer. All right, let's go to question number 2. Question number 2, of course, will be about the movie The Shawshank Redemption. During the movie The Shawshank Redemption, we see everyone go through walking with their clothes naked, getting deloused. What? Bowling for Soup video 100% did all of that shit. What video, what Bowling for Soup video portrayed essentially the entire getting into prison from Shawshank Redemption process?
No.
Holy shit.
I didn't think that.
All right, so Wendy, have you written it down yet? I gotta wait for you.
Yep.
Are you doing it in light brights? Like, what the fuck is going on over there? Okay. All right, David Dooley, let's hear your answer.
It's the song I wanted to have you play a few bars from at my wedding, but thought it would not go over well. The bitch song.
The bitch song, he says, and that is correct. That is absolutely correct.
Is that the one with the midget guy?
I will 100% tell you guys stories about that later on, but yes, we did, in fact, try to make light of the Shawshank Redemption movie by trying to make it hilarious. And boy, did we do a great job. All right, let's go to question number 3 right now. Wendy is now leading 2-1 over David Dooley. David Dooley, what a fucking commanding performance you're doing right now. And holy shit, I bet you're going to come back now.
Why didn't you just go with Schindler's List instead?
What?
Okay, go ahead.
No, I don't make lists. All right, so we're going to go now to question number 4 or question number 3. What is question number 3. Okay, is it the one? That's the one that I'm on the thing right there. Okay, so let me. How you want it? What? Okay. Question number 3 will of course be about the movie The Shawshank Redemption. In the movie The Shawshank Redemption, the food served in the cafeteria looks A, pretty good. B, all right. Or C, holy fuck. It looks pretty good. B, all right. Or C, holy shit.
Holy shit.
All right, so we're going to go to David Dooley first. David Dooley, how does the food look in the movie The Shawshank Redemption?
Considering there was a maggot on it, I'm going to call holy fuck.
All right, he goes with holy fuck. Let's now go to Wendy Croft. Let's see what she says. She said C, which means holy fuck. They both got it right. That's right. Now, going on now to question number 4. Question number 4 is this. When we first see our main character getting his lunch, and he picks a maggot, a big fucking juicy maggot fucking thing out of his goddamn fucking grits. Is that what those were, grits?
I don't know.
The man next to him wants to take that maggot to A, feed his children. B, feed himself. C, feed a bird. Or D, lubricate a noose. Okay. So, I forgot what A and B were. Or C, feed a bird. Or D, lubricate a noose. Let's go, of course, now to David Dooley. What is it?
It was C, feed the crow.
Feed the crow.
The bird.
Oh my God, he went specific. And she said C as well. That is correct. That is right. No. He actually did not
I was watching it on Amazon. You know, if you mouse around, they tell you all these
found the
little
bird.
facts.
He actually did not use the caterpillar. He actually used bird shit to lubricate the noose.
Why do you lubricate a noose?
You know why?
Why?
Because it's a fucking cool thing. Lubricate a Noose is a good name for an album. And
write it.
Fucking A. That's happening. That is happening. Guys, it is 4-3. Wendy is leading David Dooley, and we're going into question number 5. Holy shit, what a night we've had. You know, we've had computer failure. Wendy actually watched the goddamn movie. She's not cheating. You know, like Amy came in early. You know, we got fucking Marco in here. Jesus Christ. And here's the thing. We've had equipment problems all night long. I'm not even mad at Rich right now. This is weird. Like, we're not in a fight. Everything's fine, guys. Everything is fine. Question number 5 about the movie The Shawshank Redemption. In the movie The Shawshank Redemption, one man right now is in trouble for being a fucking pervert. Name him. Who from the movie The Shawshank Redemption right now?
Oh, in real life.
In real life is being accused of being a pervert.
A skirt lifter.
Who? Oh, don't give that away. Don't do that. That's not nice. Don't do that. Also, P.S. You're not supposed to do that. I fucking found out in New Orleans the girl knew karate. I fucking got a bloody nose. It's fucking terrible.
Oh, no.
It's the worst. Then the dude fucking got more mad, farted in my face, shit in my fucking pants. He shit my pants.
Shit in your pants?
Yeah, it was crazy. I was like, oh my God, we fucking did it, guys. We set a record.
New Orleans for you.
All right, let's go to David Dooley first. David Dooley, name the pervert.
I have no idea. I'll go with Tim Robbins.
Tim Robbins, Winnie Croft.
I'm gonna go with Bob Gunton, but I don't know.
Oh my God, you guys are
fuck
both.
is Bob Gunton?
Nobody gives a shit. Actually, it'd be the voice of God.
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman would be the.
Really?
Yep.
Yes, he apparently
trapped by Me Too.
will lift your skirt up and ask you if you've got anything on underneath those.
That's right.
I don't think that's being a pervert. I just think that's being curious.
Agreed.
That's a good question.
Again,
How's he supposed to know?
I said Derek married the perfect girl. Like,
yeah.
what the fuck? She thinks farts are funny.
If you fart loud enough, there's a skirt lifter.
He's just assertive.
Yeah, exactly. Jesus Christ. All right, guys. Right now the score is 4-3. Wendy is winning, so that means that we go into Rich's bonus question. All ready to fucking rock. Here we go.
Right. Your answer options are A, Tom Cruise, B, John Travolta, or C, Richard Simmons. A, Tom Cruise, B, John Travolta, or C, Richard Simmons. What is your answer?
Guys, I need an answer from both of you, please.
I guess I'll go with Tom Cruise.
All right, Tom
We
Cruise.
have Tom Cruise and David Dooley's
Richard
doing
Simmons.
Richard Simmons.
Got it.
Yep.
Okay, the question is, if you go to prison for 19 years as a heterosexual man, when you leave, not that there's anything wrong with it, but what level of gay are you? Tom Cruise, John Travolta, or Richard Simmons? The answer is Richard Simmons. Come on.
I guess it is.
So who got it right?
David Dooley.
David Dooley got it right. It is tied, ladies and gentlemen. We end tonight with a tie unless somebody has a super hard question. Anybody got a super hard question? All right, guys, coming out of the box, here we go. Right now it's a tie, okay? Meaning that you're going to have to write down your answer, Wendy, and then David Dooley, you will come in for the... Wait a minute, why is it a tie? Oh, because he got it right. Holy shit.
You got it right.
Yeah. Hey, I just fucking said that.
It's a tie
Jesus
because 4
Christ.
equals 4.
Okay. So here we go. We're going to get a Marco for Marco's super hard question. Here we go.
Okay. So at the end of the movie, when Red finds the lunchbox under the oak tree, what picture is on top of the lunchbox?
Ooh, good question.
Great fucking question, Marco.
That's why I'm here.
That is why you're there, and I didn't see the end, so I'll go with a penis.
It's very close.
It's real close.
The Titanic.
Well, they're prison.
Yes. It's a boat. That's what I was going to say. So I think they both got it right because, David Dooley, it's not the size of the boat, but it is the motion in the ocean. And also the Titanic is a boat.
Your winner tonight is Wendy Croft, everybody. Give it to Wendy. All right. And David Dooley, you did a great job. Holy shit. And you're right. You know what? Size does not matter. Let's all just keep it to that. We'll just all just think that until the day we die. I mean, and it's a whole thing. It's like when you're sleeping on your stomach and the thing pushes you up and stuff or whatever. It's like, sometimes it pushes you into a cobra and sometimes it's a downward dog. Can you
levitate?
Your penis doesn't know yoga. That's not a thing. That's not even a thing that it does. Hey, thank you guys so very much for being here this evening. Thank you for sticking with us during our technical difficulties. And also, thanks for being awesome. Wendy, queen of the podcast. David Dooley, king of the laughter. Love you guys so very much.
Love you. See you in a few weeks.
Okay, I'll see you soon, okay? All right.
Yes.
Bye, guys. Hey, give it up for David and Wendy.
Adios.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
All right.
Bye, guys.
All right.
Do you trust your wife? Oh, that's funny. You're gonna look funnier sucking my dick with no teeth.
What I mean is, do you think she'd go behind your back, try to hamstring you?
That's it. Step aside, Mert. This fucker's having himself an accident.
You don't push him off the roof. Because if you do trust her, there's no reason you can't keep that $35,000.
What did you say?
35,000.
35,000?
All of it.
All of it?
Every penny.
You better start making sense.
If you want to keep all that money, give it to your wife. The IRS allows a one-time only gift to your spouse for up to $60,000.
Bullshit. Tax-free?
Tax-free. IRS can't touch 1 cent.
You're that smart banker what killed his wife, aren't you? Why should I believe a smart banker like you? So I can end up in here with you?
It's perfectly legal. Go ask the IRS. They'll say the same thing. Actually, I feel stupid telling you this. I'm sure you would have investigated the matter yourself.
Yeah, fucking A. I don't need no smart wife-killing banker to tell me where the bear's shitting the buckwheat.
So this makes no sense at all.
I'd like to know what the TMC version of that would say. What do they say in the TV part of that?
Yeah.
You'll be kissing my junk with no teeth. How do they do that?
All right. Firstly, I don't think you can get taxed on inheritances that low in value, especially back then. Only the super rich had to pay
the death tax.
Only the super rich had to pay the death tax. Like today, it's over 11 million in 2018.
Oh.
Even back then, it was only 2% of the people paid death tax. Oh. It's it was really high.
I was wondering the facts.
Yeah, and so B, even if you did get taxes, giving it away doesn't make you exempt. You have to pay the taxes on what you got, not what you gave away.
Because it has to go through you to get to somebody else.
Yeah, and there's a record of you getting money, so you have to pay taxes on that. And then 3, you can give your wife as much money as you want tax-free. That's why if you have a wife that works out of the house, that is a housewife that. And she doesn't work a taxable job.
You almost said real job.
Wait, I don't get credit for correcting myself before I said it. Okay, thank you.
That was a big move.
Yeah. So she doesn't.
That's
you
a very bad
and
rule.
and you give her $100,000 to spend. You don't get taxed for giving her $100,000.
Right.
No.
It's her. It's your money. That's the whole point of that.
Marriage.
Marriage, exactly. That's why. And honestly, I'm not even being flippant about this. That's one of the reasons why gay people wanted to have marriage too. They wanted those kind of benefits that they could share money without being taxed for getting. Anyway,
Well, of course, and the right to see your spouse if they're dying in a hospital room because you're not family. And
Has anyone ever actually played chess?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh.
No, I'm serious.
I've
Have
tried.
you ever played chess?
I've tried.
I tried.
Why did you Jesus Christ that?
I don't know. We were in the middle of a. No, never mind.
Yeah, your
Chess is
conversation
awesome.
was
I had
I
a
play
friend.
chess.
I had a friend
You
that
would
used to
have
play chess.
literally
She tried to
edited all
teach me
that
100
out.
times. Danae Field tried to teach me 100 times how to play chess, and I just never
I'm not smart enough.
I don't have the attention span.
I love chess. I can play chess. I
Checkers.
played it a bunch.
Love
It's-
checkers.
but
Maybe even some Chinese checkers. Who knows?
Connect 4.
Chinese checkers.
Checkers, I don't get.
Great.
Chinese checkers, the most fun ever.
Jarrett kicks
Love
my
it.
ass at Connect 4 every fucking time.
Yeah,
Even the giant ones?
Especially the giant
I
ones.
actually can't be beaten.
Here's
at-
the key to Connect 4.
Yeah.
Connect 4.
Don't let them go more than 3.
But
Well,
he just
Probably not.
I
all happens so
cannot be.
fast.
I can't be beaten. I can't be beaten at Connect 4. I've
Challenge accepted.
Come on.
no,
yeah.
I've literally
Dave and Buster's version
Oh, no.
mainly.
no, but any any version of Connect 4.
Wait, you waste your tokens on Connect 4 at Dave &
I don't
Buster's?
have tokens. No. I'm famous. Are you kidding me?
They don't give us any famous points at Dave & Buster's. By the way, it never happens.
What?
I said we don't get famous points at Dave & Buster's.
But don't you have a shit ton of
we do
points
have
at Dave & Buster's?
Called you out.
No, we just spend a lot of time there, so we play all the games.
We do just fine at Dave & Buster's.
Yeah, we've got quite the they would probably have to tax our fucking
tickets,
our tickets that we have saved up.
Right. So there's one
But
guilty
you wouldn't
man.
get taxed if he gave you his
It's
tickets.
a spousal transfer.
Yeah, that's not a thing.
So the movie comes on. It's Rita Hayward, and he's like, "Hey, can you get me a 3-foot Rita Hayward here?" You know, and the guy fucking pulls it off, right? You know.
Yeah,
he does, but he actually he got him a Rita Hayworth instead on accident.
Because he said it wrong.
He said Hayward.
Oh, Hayward.
But that was what this was originally called, was Rita Hayworth and the Shawshank Redemption.
Yes.
Oh.
The short story.
Interesting.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah, for real.
Oh,
So if Morgan Freeman, he says his only complaint about Shawshank Redemption was the name of it. He said he hated that they called it Shawshank Redemption instead of just calling it like Rita Hayworth in the Shawshank Redemption, because on the marquee it cut it off, but it would have just said Rita Hayworth. It would have had enough room on it. He didn't like that they cut it out.
Here's the problem that I had with the Rita Hayworth thing, or Hayward, is that it made this huge deal because it was right in the beginning monologue that it's Rita Hayworth, right? But at the end, the poster that had the big
different.
scene was Raquel Welch.
Right.
Why
so
did
then
they
that name
change?
wouldn't have even made sense.
Right, it
I mean,
doesn't-
it kind of does, but
I don't know if that's how it happened in the book, though.
But why didn't they just
Oh.
keep the same poster so it I don't, as a storyteller.
they were talking about
I'm
the
not a
times
storyteller.
changing, and I think that's where it
Well,
played
yeah, I
in.
mean, that's the
but-
fact that he had been there for 20 years at that point.
Yeah, I get it.
Rita
but
Hayworth was the girl then.
To
and he
me-
didn't understand why, like, the poster meant so much to him, so he was just gifting him the posters
Yeah.
every time.
Well, the fact that they named the book after that, the fact that they made that as such a big deal in the opening monologue, and then it wasn't even her at the end.
Yeah.
It kind of stole. I thought it was. It
I
took
didn't
away.
remember that part.
It took away for me. If they had the same, if it had been, I mean, obviously Raquel Welch maybe wasn't a thing at that point at the beginning, but if they just kept Rita, then it would have made more. I don't know. It was to me it was a chink in the armor.
Well, I think with all the wear and tear of him having to take that poster down every night and put it back up,
Yeah,
take
that
it down
too.
and put it back
I thought
up.
about that too.
Yeah. Okay.
That makes sense.
Now, speaking of wear and tear, so they want him to put they want him to accept their penises into his mouth.
Where
Oh, no.
This is right here. No, this is happening right now.
Yeah,
and
this is
right,
the cringy scene,
this
like-
is it's a pretty brutal scene.
I
It's
remember
we're
like,
gonna put it
vividly
in,
watching this. Like,
we're
thing and,
gonna
like,
put
hoping
it in
didn't
there no
happen.
matter what. And he goes, well, you know what? You can
Anything that
do
goes
that.
in there, you lose.
Anything
Bite it
good,
off.
but also, and if you kill me, I'm gonna latch on to that thing or whatever. And
Yeah, they'll have to literally pry it open with a fucking pliers to get me off of there. Like,
so he gets the living shit beat out of him here. Like here, he goes to the infirmary, but
for a month.
Yeah, for a month. But he has done something for the guard, like the main guard. He said that got $35,000.
Right.
Right?
well, that was before he got the month.
Yeah, exactly. So when that guy comes back in, this fucking cop beats that motherfucker so bad that he never walks again.
He had to go to a different prison.
Yeah, so he had to eat through a tube.
And nobody ever
But he was
fucked
used
with
to
him
that.
again.
I was working that one out in my head. And you fucking got me.
Not that there's anything wrong with it.
Unbelievable.
No. Whatever life choices you choose is up to you. It's your body. I don't give a fuck.
The following April, Andy did tax returns for half the guards at Shawshank. Year after that, he did them all, including the wardens. Year after that, they rescheduled the start of the intramural season to coincide with tax season. The guards on the opposing teams all remembered to bring their W-2s.
So Moresby Prison issued you your gun, but you actually had to pay for it.
Damn right, the holster too.
See, that's tax deductible. You can write that off.
Yes, sir. Andy was a regular cottage industry. In fact, it got so busy at tax time, he was allowed a staff.
Hey, Red, can you hand me a stack of 1040s?
Got me out of the wood shop a month out of the year, and that was fine by me.
Doing their taxes.
Can you actually write stuff off that's for your job that's not a 1099 or whatever it is? You know what I mean?
Like if you're a sole proprietorship, you can't.
Not
like
anymore.
if I work for McDonald's, for example,
right,
and I bought my own apron, can I write the apron off?
I think if it's
Yes.
mandated by the
If it's
employer,
mandatory and you have to pay for it yourself.
then yes.
So the thing is once you itemize, you have to itemize everything.
But it doesn't always mean anything. If
But
you only have a couple things. then it means
everything
anything.
else is like it's a deduction. So you can say, hey, I have this going on. I'm going to deduct this. Once you start itemizing, you have to itemize everything.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Why do taxes have to be so complicated?
Well, actually, I can answer that.
Okay.
Well, actually, I'm going to answer that question with another question. So I toured with the Canadian back in 2003. It was her 21st birthday, and I'll never forget this. I watched her just say to this audience. She said, "Why?
Oh no!
You gotta go and make things so
no.
complicated."
Yeah.
But then she goes, "I see the way you're acting like you're somebody else. It gets me frustrated." And I'm standing there on the side of the stage going,
Did you go, dude, that rhymes?
Holy shit.
We have one Canadian fan, and he lives in Nova Scotia.
Right.
There's nothing in Nova Scotia.
Right.
Just saying.
Well, yes, Scotia is
he's
fucking
there.
great.
Well, that's
We
true.
have a fan there. Now we can say that's what's in those. We have a fan.
I didn't mean that though. That
Why
story
can't we
did
have like a flat tax or a fair tax, just a sales tax or just a flat tax? Why do we have to have all these crazy rules on taxes?
Do you know why the government keeps things so complicated? I'm not kidding.
No, I don't.
So that people on Facebook have something to talk about.
I hate tax season. I don't. I had
So stupid.
When I was working for myself, by myself, a very, very simple business plan. My business model was very simple, and I would go to my CPA and do my taxes every year. And every year he would go, I'm really happy to see you again, Casey, but you can just do this on TurboTax. And I'm like, I'm not fucking it up. I'm letting you do it. He's like, you're really just going to pay me money to let, and I'm like, yep. Don't even want to look into it.
Yes.
Don't want to learn it. Don't want to know it. Just put my information in and send me my return.
Just drop that door. Please, Brooks, just calm the fuck down, will you? Stay back! Stay back outside!
What the hell's going on?
You tell me. Just 1 second, he's finding out come the knife. Dirty sons of bitches.
Brooks, we can talk about this, right?
Nothing to talk about, goddammit. It's all talked out. I'm gonna kill his fucking throat.
Haywood? Wait a minute. What's he done to you?
That's what they done. I got no choice.
Brooks, you're not gonna hurt Haywood. We all know that. Even Haywood knows that, right, Haywood?
I know that, sir.
You know why you're not gonna hurt him? Because he's a friend of yours and because Brooks Hadlin is a reasonable man.
That's right. Is that right, guys?
Yes. So put the knife down. Brooks, look at me. Put the knife down. Brooks, look at his neck, for God's sake. Brooks, look at his neck. He's bleeding.
It's the only way they'd let me stay.
Come on, this is crazy. You don't want to do this. Come on. Put it down.
Because I've seen this movie and knew the outcome, when he said it's the only way they'd let me stay, I was like, ah!
Yeah.
It's so sad.
Because they want to stay.
Yeah, and that's super
He's
common.
just
I mean, a
so
lot of people
old.
get out and then come right back because they just can't handle it.
Yeah. So he gets out. He writes, Brooks was here on the wall.
50 years.
Did you get my clip joke?
Yeah, what was your clip joke?
Brooks with the knife in the library.
Oh, that's fucking funny,
man.
actually. That's really good. So, 6 years of letter writing, and they get books and sundries.
And albums.
And
They
they
had
got
music.
music.
Yep.
They got music. Thank you, Shanna, for paying attention. When I look at Rich, he just fucking acts like I'm not even talking.
When was the last time you saw this movie, Mom?
2 days ago.
Oh, you actually watched it recently?
Yeah, it was on TNT.
Oh, I thought you were just being.
It's on, like, every
I was
day.
going to prove a point that like you paid attention. You haven't even watched the movie in 4 years, but
I'm drunk.
So they're like, hey, get these out of here before the warden gets here, right? And then the guard goes to take a poop, and then our hero plays the music over the PA.
Yeah.
And for the first time in years and years and years, these prisoners are hearing music. It's not the best song ever. I mean, it's not like
it's not even a good song.
It's not. It's not even
beautiful.
like.
It's a beautiful song. It's by Mozart.
It's not even like it's like Hey Jude. You know what I mean? Like what? So let's go around the room. Let's say this. Let's say you're in a prison. Okay, guys, come on. You're in a prison and you get the chance to play music for people for the first time ever.
What year?
You can. Doesn't matter. Right now, you can play one song. And you can lock yourself into the office and they can hear it over and over and over again. What do you play? And I'm not starting with you. I'm starting with Silent Sean. He says, Into the Fire by Dawkins. By Dawkins? Are you kidding? I'm falling into the fire. I'm falling into the fire. That's a really good song. Amy, you're next.
Oh, God. I don't know.
You got to be next. Or otherwise, I'm going to bring in Tim. Tim, what do you think?
1985.
Oh, Jesus.
Are you not saying 1985?
But it's my favorite.
You guys are best
Stop
friends.
it.
You know this about me.
Okay.
Is that really a real answer?
Amy, can I point out one thing?
It was either that or the bitch song because that seems appropriate.
Can I point out one
How
thing,
long
though?
does it play? For
in
hours?
a prison.
Yeah, you're playing it over and over and over again.
Right.
Don't let it be Emily
so
because
I
it
live-
never leaves your head ever.
I live with a 5-year-old that does everything over and over
Okay,
and
I'm
over
just saying.
again.
I took that fact in consideration on my choice. So go ahead.
Okay.
No, go ahead. You guys go.
We're not gonna take it, and then let's riot. In this
Yeah,
point.
okay.
And
Got
I've been
it.
thinking of that since you were singing earlier that we're not gonna broadcast, and that's the song.
Oh, we are not gonna broadcast. No, we ain't gonna broadcast. That's really
We didn't
good.
broadcast.
Casey?
I'd probably play Riches on Tinder.
That was in my top 3.
She's just fucking with you now.
It's only because I couldn't remember the name of the new Phineas and Ferb one because that was my fave.
Oh, Jared and Rich.
Shanna?
Purple Rain.
That's actually a pretty good one.
That's a really good. Go ahead.
Okay. So I took in consideration you're playing this over and over again. So I wanted lots of changes in the song.
Right.
So I picked Still of the Night by Whitesnake.
Oh my God, there's so much metal.
So good.
Still a night I feel wolves are honey.
Because I figure by the time you get to the end, when you start over the beginning, you're not like, I just heard that. You know what I mean?
Somebody's
Got it.
Loved by Queen. That's fine.
Oh, that's a good one.
So I have the meaning of that song, like what they were talking about. Because remember he says like he doesn't want to know the meaning. So it's actually a story. It's a duet. There's a countess and a lady, and the countess is trying to convince the lady to invite this man for a meeting place addressed to the countess's husband in a plot to expose his infidelity. So they're like both like ganging up like a Carrie Underwood song to bust him on cheating.
Interesting.
On the Family Guy version of the Shawshank Redemption, during this part, he plays.
I'm gonna have to Google
That's
this.
all you have to say.
He plays Hollow Back Girl. And it plays, and then Red, who is Cleveland, says the same thing that Red says. To this day, I still don't know what that woman was singing about.
That's the beauty of music. They can't get that from you. Haven't you ever felt that way about music?
I played a mean harmonica as a younger man. Lost interest in it, though. Didn't make much sense in here.
Here's where it makes the most sense. You need it so you don't forget.
Forget?
Forget that there are places in the world that aren't made out of stone, that there's something inside that they can't get to, that they can't touch.
Hope can drive a man insane. It's got no use on the inside. You better get used to that idea.
Like Brooks did?
Like Brooks did, you motherfucker. By the way, hope is everything in shitty situations. I don't care what that guy says. He's fucking wrong.
Dude, you just said something profound. No, I'm not kidding. You just hold
There
on.
is a
Everybody
first
stop.
time
Guys, stop.
for everything.
Everybody stop. I'm not kidding. You just said something positively profound and awesome. And you're right, because hope is a great thing.
It's everything.
But you're not one of those people that basks in hope. You don't.
Actually, I do.
No, you don't.
I absolutely do.
You deal in negativity.
He does not. No.
No.
I actually do believe him that he's pretty positive.
Yeah.
In shitty situations, he's super negative in really positive situations because he's
No, I'm a realist. Like, I
which
know
is what people
shit's-
say whenever they mean I'm an asshole.
No, I mean,
Right.
I'm a realist. I know shitty shit's going to happen. I'm not going to try to fool myself into thinking everything's going to be great. No. But things get shitty. But when it gets shitty, you have to have hope. You got to look for that light at the end of the tunnel. You got to find steps along the way that get you there, too.
So this guy goes in the hole for playing this song over and over. As that happens, we see again Red gets rejected for parole.
Another 10 years. That's what's cool.
Yeah.
So every time he goes to parole, you know it's been another 10 years.
Yeah.
It's like the timeline of the movie.
So, and now everybody's aging. They've been in there for a while, right? So
Right.
people have been in there for a little while. At this point, are you guys like, oh, like the things on Morgan Freeman's face are starting to show themselves?
The things.
Yeah, is that what you
Oh, do you think they covered those up with... You think they covered those up
aren't
with
freckles.
makeup?
Those are not freckles, guys.
Those are freckles on steroids.
That's
Yeah.
what I tell myself just to calm myself
moles.
down. but
They're not,
freckles.
but
He
they're
has some
covered
moles.
up.
Yeah.
They're covered up, and then all of a sudden they start to show.
That's what I
whatever.
think. You're right. I think that's what made him look so young
Yeah.
initially.
They
I didn't
covered
even
it up.
notice that they covered those
Yeah.
up.
So, one night, like a joke, I say to him, yeah, Elmo, who'd you kill? So he says,
I got me this job one time, bussing tables at a country club, so I could case all these big, rich pricks that come in. So I pick out this guy, go in one night, and do his place. He wakes up, gives me shit. So I killed him. Him and this tasty bitch he was with. And that's the best part. She's fucking this prick, see, this golf pro, but she's married to some other guy. Some hotshot banker. And he's the one they pinned it on.
Best actor in this
I said
movie.
the same thing.
Best actor in this movie.
Creepy teeth. I hate him, but that also kind of is how you sound when you laugh sometimes when you get like over the top.
Everyone in this movie is great, but this guy fucking makes the movie. He's the villain. He's the guy. His teeth look terrifying. Like his laugh, everything about him, like it's terrifying.
That's a good point because he is the villain. Like we actually
He
didn't.
is the villain.
You want the court system to be the villain up until this point, but they're not. Like he's innocent, but like the evidence was
But
there.
you don't know that.
Well, yeah, but like, but
Yeah.
you
He's
know.
never been blamed for it.
Well, he was in prison.
He never had but for
He
something
did-
else.
Hey, let's.
But I'm
hang
saying,
on.
like, if you were like a juror and you're in the thing and it's like, he admits that he goes to her house, he admits he has a gun, he admits he's hammered, there's fucking gun casings everywhere, he throws the gun over the thing. I mean, all the evidence. If I was a juror, I'd be like, fuck him, he's a liar.
Casey Anthony.
Exactly.
Yeah, he was gonna kill her. He did come. He
Well,
did
he
walk
went
in
home.
there with a gun.
But
Someone
he-
beat him to it.
Yeah, but he went home. He didn't
I'm
like
just
go in,
saying.
but he didn't go in and
He's not
find
saying
them.
he walked in. He's not saying that he walked in and they were already dead.
He changed his mind. He was actually on his way, which is fucked up. But
He shouldn't have
said he
thrown out the gun.
He said he wanted to scare him. Yeah, that was an interesting point because they said, you know, isn't that convenient that you threw the gun into the river?
Yeah.
He goes, actually, since I'm innocent, it's actually pretty inconvenient.
And
Because they could have matched the gun.
This is going to be controversial, I'm sure.
Oh boy!
But this is something I say
You go.
all the
You
fucking
go.
time.
Ugh.
This is something I say all the time. Like whenever anyone's like wrongly accused of stuff and spent time in jail for stuff.
Are they wrongly accused, or are they like air quotes wrongly accused?
I don't know. Rich. My point is, they're in jail for something they didn't do. My first thought is always, yeah, but no one's convicting a choir boy.
But what did
you
do?
Fucking, yeah, what did you do? You were fucking up left and right to get yourself in a position
Doesn't
where
matter.
people...
You smoke crack, you don't get prison sentences for murder.
I'm totally with you. It doesn't matter. However, you're in jail serving 20 years for something you didn't do. Don't do the shit that got you there. Don't do crack.
I have
I
one
think
word
there's a lot of
for
wrong
that.
place, wrong time stuff.
You know, my dad used to whip my ass and then find out I didn't do it. And then what his excuse was, well, I'm sure you got away with something, so just count it for that.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Well, that's what it
kinda what
sounded
you're
like.
sounding like.
No,
you're
I'm
saying.
not. No, I'm not saying that.
It sounded like almost exactly what you're saying.
No, I'm not.
Okay, it wasn't for that, but I'm sure you did
No,
something
no.
fucked
What
up,
it
so
would
now you're going
be
to prison forever
if
anyway.
she had said, yeah, but I've caught you doing this same thing 20 other times, but now you've done this one thing that you didn't do that I spanked you for.
But
that would be the same.
But
So you're talking about
pin a
their record.
Yeah, so if you
I'm
murder
saying,
a bunch
yeah.
of people and then they're murdered, like, is it the same offense? Or
No,
if it's
no.
a drug dealer and then it's like a mass
Okay,
murder?
we're talking about getting spanked here. Anyway, my point is,
This is not the 50 Shades of
if you're,
Grey episode.
if you're
We're not
in
talking
and
about
out,
that again.
if you're stealing cars
Especially
and
not
you're
my mom
doing
here.
drugs
Right.
and you're doing all these things, and then all of a sudden you're in a place that's fucked up and you shouldn't have been there, and then there's a murder, you didn't do it, but then you get pinned for it, dude.
And
fuck.
you can't prove
But
otherwise.
those aren't
Right,
the only
exactly.
circumstances that people get pinned
I'm not
for.
saying it's right. I'm just saying fucking don't put yourself in that position, asshole.
But it doesn't always happen that way.
I'm not saying it always happens that way.
Wait, you're saying that all assholes get put in the position?
I'm just saying if you go to work and go home like I do.
What? What did you just say?
I was making a prison joke.
In the receiving position.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you ever get out of here, do me a favor.
Sure, Aunt. Anything.
There's a big hayfield up near Buxton. You know where Buxton is?
There's a lot of hayfields up there.
One in particular. It's got a long rock wall with a big oak tree at the north end. It's like something out of a Robert Frost poem. It's where I asked my wife to marry me. I went there for a picnic and made love under that oak, and I asked and she said yes. Promise me, Red. If you ever get out, find that spot. At the base of that wall, you'll find a rock that has no earthly business in a Maine hayfield. A piece of black, volcanic glass. There's something buried under it I want you to have.
Hey, Jarrett, I want you to do me a favor.
Okay.
Pretend this is 20 years ago and we're in prison together.
Got it.
So, Jarrett,
Yeah.
when you get out, if you get out,
Wait, is it 20 years ago or
it's
now?
20 years ago.
Okay.
When you get out in
Yeah.
20 years,
Yeah.
I want you
To go.
to go to this brothel that's on Preston Road in Frisco.
Right.
And right next to that brothel
Yeah.
is a rock, and underneath that rock is $20 million.
Okay.
So if you could do that when you get out in 20 years, that'd be great.
I don't know where this is going.
The fucking brothel's not there. 20 years later, it's a fucking mall.
But it wasn't 20 years later, was it?
It wasn't.
But he went in 20 years before he was talking. He was about to escape.
No.
But 20 years ago is when he put that fucking
No,
thing.
No, I
that's
thought
not
he
true.
escaped and
He
then put it there.
escaped and then put it there.
But he's telling the story with the knowledge
He's telling
that
him-
rock wall is there 20 years
He's
ago.
telling-
He doesn't know if the rock wall is there right now.
He's telling the story right now, knowing that the rock wall is there.
How
knowing
does he
that
know
he's,
the rock wall is there?
Listen to me
Because if
very
you went in
carefully.
this makes no sense.
He is going to put that there. He's going to put that there for
He
that
doesn't
guy.
know if the rock wall is still there. He's been
If-
there for 19 years.
No.
Okay.
He is going to put that there for him.
How does he know it's still there? He's been in jail for 19
It's a fucking
years.
rock wall. Rock walls don't disappear.
Did you miss the scene with the phone booth?
Jesus Christ.
Wait, what phone booth?
The time traveling phone
Oh,
booth.
yeah, sorry.
So
God damn it.
the Family Guy episode addresses that same thing. He's like, he goes, actually, that was 25 years ago. I'm using memories based on that. He's like, it could be a Walmart for all I know.
Exactly.
He's like, well,
if
it's a Walmart, buy some cheap slacks or whatever.
No, he's saying that he knows where he's going to go back to that area.
That was 19 years ago, his memory of 19 years ago that it was there.
He fucked a girl under a tree.
Right.
If you fucked a girl under a tree, you would remember that shit.
It doesn't matter if you remember it. It's not going to be there in 20 years.
20 years ago, when he went in prison, if he said, the rock wall and that tree is right here, where this house is right now, it's a house now. So, like, that... the rock wall isn't there because they developed over it.
Guys, what? You guys are missing the fucking thing. He planted that after he escaped.
I agree, but
he planted it in a place that he could not have known that would still be there 20 years later.
Why wouldn't it still be there? It's in the middle of nowhere.
Because the brothel on Preston is not there.
There's no brothel.
Exactly. There used to be brothels on Preston Road.
Well, that's not
They're
true.
still
That
there.
is absolutely true.
Well, Jesus
Have you been to Peach Wave lately?
No, but how do I get there?
Yeah.
Let's
You
get
ever,
directions.
have you ever heard of Bahama Bucks?
No, I don't know any of these places. I'm way too
20 years ago, it wasn't there, and that's where that oak tree was.
Have you heard of Bahama Lux?
Is Derek allowed to go to these places?
Absolutely.
Oh, she is the best ever. What's going on?
Guy won the
Did you not hear about his bachelor party?
Oh, no. I'm not even sure I want to. Okay, now I want to.
Sorry, can't do.
Lord, it's a miracle! Man up and vanished like a fart in the wind. Nothing left but some damn rocks on the windowsill and that cupcake on the wall. Let's ask her. Maybe she knows. What say there, Fuzzy Britches? Feel like talking? Ah, guess not. Why should she be any different? This is a conspiracy. That's what this is. One big damn conspiracy! And everyone's in on it! Including her.
It just happens to like bounce down forever.
For 10 seconds.
The other thing, I didn't like the scene because of I thought he had bad directing on that scene. Him throwing the rocks first a couple of times, and then he was like, and she's in on it too.
Yeah, I
wish
like
he had just got
they
pissed
had to
and
do
thrown the rock
something.
at the poster.
Yeah.
And also, no,
Right off the
actually,
bat.
why wouldn't he just be standing there and them ripping shit off the walls and tearing apart the goddamn?
I don't mind the rock thing. I just think
what
if
I'm
they
saying
just thrown
is
it
that,
right
like,
at it
wouldn't it already have been ransacked? Like, wouldn't they have ripped everything down off the walls? There's a gaping goddamn hole.
They know that there's no way out of this stupid cell. Why would they do that shit? Here we go.
The next morning, right about the time Raquel was spilling her little secret, a man nobody ever laid eyes on before
Thank you.
strolled into the Maine National Bank. Until that moment, he didn't exist, except on paper.
May I help you?
He had all the proper ID, driver's license, birth certificate, social security card, and the signature was a spot-on match.
I must say, I'm sorry to be losing your business. I hope you'll enjoy living abroad.
Thank you. I'm sure I will.
Here's your cashier's check, sir. Will there be anything else?
Please, could you add this to your outgoing mail?
I'd be happy to.
Good day, sir.
Mr. Stevens visited nearly a dozen banks in the Portland area that morning. All told, he blew town with better than $370,000 of Warden Norton's money.
Damn.
This is a beautiful movie.
Yeah.
It is a beautiful movie.
Where did he get the suit, though?
Yeah.
So he stole the warden's suit.
The warden.
Tim Robbins is 6'4".
Exactly.
The warden is 5'10".
Exactly.
That is not going to fit
And they
him.
showed a little bit of a high water, but not that much of a high water, dude. I mean, it would have been fucking at his calves.
Maybe he was sagging. Belt around his mid thigh.
Yeah, it's just like
do I need to bring up
like early hip hop?
Yeah,
Do I
that's
also
where it
need
started.
do I also need to re-bring up the fact that they have sewage water dumping out into a freshwater stream?
It's not very green.
That's not a thing.
Well, Rich,
no one builds a prison and then puts the sewage pipe going
they
into
do,
a stream.
but people do that shit.
No. I mean,
There's
there's dumping, illegal dumping, but no one builds a prison. And part of the building plan is to have their sewage pipe empty out into a freshwater stream. That doesn't happen.
There were prisons that were built back in the day where that was what you did, and you emptied them into rivers before we had sewage, like plans and shit, and that's what you did. Of course, that
But
makes
are you
sense.
talking about like sewage or security?
No, I'm talking about sewage.
Oh, I thought you meant like
Because
security.
it was filled with poop.
Now you're just trying to like talk about lawyers or sewage?
That's a good one, Jarrett.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, man, I like
Thank
that
you,
one.
because you're gonna sue.
Dear
Oh,
Red,
there's a Walmart there.
if you're reading this, you've gotten out.
And you're in
If
Walmart.
you've come this far,
in the parking lot.
maybe you're willing to come a little further. You remember the name of the town, don't you?
Say what's in there.
Well, let's
I could use a good man to help me get my project on wheels. I'll keep an eye.
Also, hold on. Remember what the timeline here. It's not like Walmart was building on every fucking corner. It's not like today you wake up and there's a Chick-fil-A and tomorrow there's a Taco Bueno next to it. That didn't happen.
You have a valid point.
Thank you. I was being like super like
That when I thought of that whole bit, I thought about, well, it isn't 2018 in this movie. This is a long time ago, and there weren't that many
not a lot of progress.
Cities blowing up at that point.
Oh,
yeah, I
Especially
agree.
in Maine.
And the chessboard ready. Remember, Red, hope is a good thing, maybe the best of things, and no good thing ever dies.
Sandlot.
I will be hoping that this letter finds you.
So they have the shit on his face covered up with makeup right now.
Why?
I don't know.
Maybe he's just doesn't have those things yet.
Maybe you don't call it the shit on his face. Because when you get to the pearly gates and it's Morgan Freeman, you're fucked.
Hey, sorry putting in. I realized I forgot to put thanks for sharing on Jarrett's notes, so he didn't do that, but we were kind of a hot mess by then anyway, as you probably realize by now. So, but here are the people we want to thank for sharing. Ray Jimenez, Woody Chambers, Joey Bishop, Chris Pulse, Sean Umbeck, Jake Bradford, Jared Spear, Angel Wolf, Ashley Cohee, Simon Rogers, Angie Thorin, Mitch Bergeron, Nigel Watson, Chris Wakefield, Person Carr, Eric Steinberg, Grant Hill, Barry Ferguson, Danny Stuckey, Stuart May, Daniel No, Faisal Ahmed, Austin Mark Graff, Sweet Cheeks, Daniel Madden, and Michael Bowman. Thanks.
Hey, Tim. Tim.
No.
Tim!
No.
Jesus Christ, I can't get him on the thing anyway.
Annie Allman writes.
Let's check the email box. Email us at jaredgoestothemovies@gmail.com.
She says, "Hi, Rich. I'm a little behind on episodes, but I just wanted to let you know that the breakup episode was amazing. It is up there with Grease as one of my favorites. Jared did such a great job interviewing you and Shannon. It was a great idea to juxtapose a real-life breakup with that movie. Thanks to both of you for taking that risk and putting yourselves out there. It made for some seriously good podcasting. I hope people listen to the outtakes because it's like a whole nother episode. Yeah, I cut out half of that. It's twice as long as what you
That's
heard.
weird. It felt 5 times as long.
So to get the outtakes, all you have to do is support the show on
That's
Patreon.
right. That's right.
That's it.
When I saw the breakup in the theater, I thought they got back together at the end. Watching it 12 years later, I think they 100% did not. Steve Hill writes, just wanted to say thanks for all the time you guys spend you guys put into the show. I live in Chicago, and my wife and kids live in Nashville. Wait, my 14-year-old signed a record deal down there. So I spent a lot of time driving the car back and forth. Okay. Listening to the podcast makes for a much more enjoyable drive. You said that in. All right. Ashley C. writes, hey, guys, and Casey.
Hello.
First of all, thank you so much for letting me be on the show last week. I had more fun than I could possibly predicted, which is saying something because I had high expectations. Everyone was hilarious and kind and just awesome. I had a wonderful time, and I really appreciate the opportunity. Now on to my suggestion for the show. This may be controversial, so please hear me out to the end. I'm looking at you, Rich. I'm looking at you, Richard Kubert Coleman.
Is that your name?
I made that up.
It is now.
I think you shouldn't replace Will. I, like the others, was sad to see him go, of course, but I feel like the show actually has a tighter dynamic now with just Jarrett, Rich, Casey, and the occasional chime in from Silent Sean, which we should get a bit more of. I put this to the test and did some research on my drive back, alternating between catching up on the newer podcasts and going back to some of my old favorites with Will. And I have to say that I really do feel like the show really has continued to get better, with the last 4 or 5 episodes being some of my absolute favorites, even when I don't care for the movie being discussed. Also, I think having a smaller core cast makes the show flow better when there are guests on. I have loved the recent string of guests, both personal friends of yours and people trying out for a permanent slot. It's fun to get to know other producers in a different way when they're on the show, and to hear from other occasional contributors like the Dolly Rots and Rich's ex-wife. I think it keeps the show fresh and makes it feel more personal. And
Holy shit, please start writing less wordy fucking emails. I'm dying over here.
So there you have it. That's my idea. Wherever you go,
I love you, Ashley C.
I'll obviously keep listening, so you're stuck with me either way. I love all you guys. Tell Jarrett to have a safe tour.
We love you more.
Mitch Bergeron writes, hi, guys. I just wanted to say that the podcast is kick-ass as usual, but my email today revolves around this. Come up with a quick synopsis for a movie that's based off of a song. Example, 1985 can be a comedy about a mother going through a midlife crisis and her journey to regain her youth. Thanks, and keep the laughs coming.
Got it. Okay, here I go. I'm going to do a... it's got to be a song?
That's what he said. That's the rules.
Because I want to switch the rules, too. Would it be fun? Let's play a game where we say a movie and just describe what's happening, though, in the movie. So I've got it. You ready? I'll start.
I like you more than a friend.
No. Listen to me.
Trying to end it.
I get that. But, guys, I love y'all. Go fuck yourselves.
Didn't even say see you down the road.
And I'll see you down the road.
I like you more than a friend.